Hi there everybody, I'm Dave from Dave's Smith YouTube channel, and today's video is completely dedicated to alternatives of pretty boring and non-original word war, what. We often say and often hear people saying this word what, it becomes very repetitive and misunderstanding what. So it's just not original at all. So in this lesson we're gonna explore some popular British and surely American popular alternatives to this over repetitive word such as what. Let's go to the lesson. And I divided this video in two parts. First one is dedicated to the casual alternatives to what, and the first one that I'm glad to introduce you here is a simple word, sorry. Simply say sorry. You'll notice that we use sorry in front of a lot of these phrases. The second one, sorry. What did you say? Sorry, what did you say? This is great to use if you weren't completely paying attention to what other person said or told you. So next, sorry, can you say that again? Sorry, can you say that again? Say this phrase. We usually say this phrase if there is a lot of noise and you can hear what someone is saying when there is a lot of noise around you, what you're being at the moment, at the time writing, at the time right. So the next one. What was that? What was that? Say this alternative to what, as long as you catch someone saying something that they didn't want you to hear. If you catch someone saying something that they didn't want you to hear. The next one, fifth alternative. One more time. Can you say that one more time? It's pretty similar to the previous one. Can you say that again? And say this phrase if you already asked the person to repeat themselves several times. If you wanna if you want the other person to repeat something several times. So the next. So before we go to the next variants, I'd just like to say that in general these are common saying in parts of the US, and these phrases can be used when you don't understand or when somebody says something surprising or shocking and you want them to repeat it. You just want to repeat them to repeat it. For example, your friend tells you that he's moving to Japan next week. You can say these phrases to show your shock and your surprising that you want him to say it again. Come again. Come again. How's that? How's that? Do what? Do what? Say what? Say what? Generally speaking, these all are really great alternatives to the boring word what in a daily casual situations, in a daily casual life. As far as we all get used to have. So the next section of our lesson is just the professional alternatives to what. It's longer, more serious phrases. and so the first one of the section is, I'm sorry, I didn't catch what you said. I'm sorry, I didn't catch what you said. You can say this phrase when it's noisy, or maybe you weren't paying attention. Can you run that by me again? Can you run that by me again? Say this if what someone said to you was long, confusing, or difficult to understand. If you didn't understand someone, or if there wasn't too much said. The next phrase. Could you rephrase that for me? Could you rephrase that for me? Use this phrase if what someone is saying to you is unclear. Use this phrase if what someone is saying to you is unclear. When you say something, do you mean anything? It's another popular phrase. And for example, when you say the manager, do you mean the regional manager? And use this phrase when you just want to make sure you understand terms or lingo. Could you be more specific? Could you be more specific? You can say this when someone says something vague. You can say this when somebody says something vague, not clear. Can you elaborate on that? Can you elaborate on that? Say this when you need more details or ideas about something that someone is saying. I'm sorry, can you repeat that? I'm sorry, can you repeat that? It's a clear, polite, and pretty professional way to ask someone to repeat what they just said. Let me make sure I understand this right. Let me make sure I understand this right. Say this phrase, then repeat what you understand the other person to be saying. Just to clarify. Say this phrase, then summarize what you think the other person is saying. Say this phrase, then summarize what you think the other person is saying. And in the end, I'd just like to give you two additional bonus phrases. I just called them so. Two bonus phrases. You can use them as well as the previous one in the same way, but please be careful. These phrases can be polite phrases, but depending on the situation and surely your tone of voice, it can sound really aggressive. Be very, very careful if you use them with a neutral, non-aggressive voice. These are phrases. I beg your pardon, and excuse me. And I just like to give you one aggressive example, and it's the way that you don't need to do that. You don't need to say that. When your boss is saying, for example, the company is going through a pretty hard time, so all the vacations are cancelled for the next 2 months. An employee is replying, I beg your pardon, and it's pretty rude, non-polite, and it's really aggressive. And boss can really misunderstand you, so please avoid doing that. And that was for today's video. I was really glad to introduce you these 20 phrases, casual and professional alternatives to what and how to use alternatives to the boring and over-repetitive word what. I don't say that you don't need to say what. It's essential, and it's the most common word in English, it's so, of course, but don't need to do that very often, very much time again. Don't repeat it a lot of times. And if you enjoyed my video, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. And unfortunately, I know that lots of my students watch my videos around the world without subscription, and it worries me, and this fact worries me so much. I just want to be a good teacher. I just want to be a good English teacher. And if you like this video, my videos, just tell me about this directly. So if you don't like these videos, please say me directly about this too. Maybe I can understand that it's not my way, and I wouldn't try to make some big efforts to perform that. Anyway, you can do that wherever you want. See you around.